What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. And today, we're going to get back on our reaction videos, man. You know, I've been doing a lot of YOLO updates, a lot of talks. But, you know, we got to get back to, reacting to these markets, showing some research. You know what I'm saying? Reacting to CNBC, reacting to some analysts. So for this first video, we're talking about the rise of people blowing up all their money day trading. And they saying it got to stop. And as someone who's a swing trader, who's like, profitable swing trader, who knows how to day trade, I understand what's going on out here, man. I constantly get labeled a day trader myself, and day trading got a bad name right now. Not saying it's a bad thing, because it's day traders that's getting it, man. I be seeing them on live. Shout out to Tanja. Shout out to a lot of traders, man. There's a lot of traders out there getting it, but
Gamblers
let's start
Anonymous.
this video.
You know, people think we do have all these things.
I do have. It's the same person as my stylist and my assistant and my boss. It's all the same person.
All the same person.
Yeah, anonymous. You do too. Anonymous meetings across the country. And you have a daughter who will soon collaborate with that other person to where you have no say on anything whatsoever. Gunjan's here. Her piece in the Wall Street Journal is titled, "More Men Are Addicted to the Crack Cocaine of the Stock Market." This is horrible. Joining us is
I saw this headline. I was like, what are you doing?
Terrible. Gunjan Banerjee is the lead writer for the Wall Street Journal's live markets coverage. She's also a CNBC contributor. Is it like the Mag 7? Is it options? Is it the Mag 7? Where are you seeing this phenomenon? And I used to be a stockbroker, and there was a time with options where I definitely know what you're saying.
More and more men are getting addicted to trading in financial markets. And what dozens of individuals told me, counselors, doctors around the country told me, is that a lot of this is concentrated in options, short-dated options, and cryptocurrencies. That's really what has gotten a lot of individuals around the country into some of the most trouble. As one counselor told me, one client walked into his office recently. He was suicidal because he had lost.
All right, we got to pause it there, man. What is y'all out here doing with y'all money, man? They say we got people out here going to see the counselor because they've been trading zero-day options in crypto. They've been blowing up their money. And that's funny, but that's not funny, because as a trader who really does research and makes longer term positions, it's funny, but it's not funny that people is getting suicidal because they don't know what they're doing. So as someone who's been doing it for a long time, I think this is a symptom of everybody wanting to learn what to do with their money once they get the money, and not necessarily learning what to do with money before they had the money. I started learning about the stock market options at a very young age. So I knew what to do with money before it even touched my hands. I was calling stocks before I even had the money to buy stocks. I always tell people, I told my moms I wanted a PlayStation. I wanted a Apple stock instead of PlayStation 2. She was capping. She thought I was capping. Bought me the PlayStation 2. But what's going on here, people seeing the fast gains, they'll see they might got a friend that's doing maybe what someone like me is doing, or someone who's taking even more risk than me, because the kind of money you see me making is traders making 10, 20, 30 times that on the same plays, because they bringing them dates closer. And bringing that date closer when you playing with options is one of the most dangerous things you can do, man. And it's really messing people up. Nobody really wants to do the research it takes to make money off these stocks and these options and even these cryptos. I'm just a, Bitcoin holder. I'm not a big crypto guy, but, salute to anybody trading the other cryptos, getting their money. I ain't mad at it. But one thing every investment field got in common is you're going to have to do real research if you really want to make money, or you just going to be just straight gambling. You have to take a calculated risk. With my Palantir trade, the reason I went overweight was because even before AIP came out, they were already telling us Palantir is the type of company that's making the type of technology that helps the government find their enemies. Everybody said Palantir was the people who gave the address to put down bin Laden, essentially. You know what I'm saying? And even when the stock was crashing back in the day, they had billions of dollars on the balance sheet. and they had no debt. So there was no way the company was going to go bankrupt. And on top of that, they're in a field where they don't really got competition. And back then, people didn't believe they was going to expand into commercial. But then AIP came out and they did expand into commercial. So when I was already buying Palantir shares before they announced AIP and that crazy quarter back in the day. But once they announced that quarter, it was like do light bulbs went off on my head. Like, wait, y'all saying y'all gap profitable. Wait, y'all saying y'all dropping AIP. And what else did they do? It was something else they did back then. They went gap profitable. They dropped AIP. Yeah, I think that was just it. It was that simple. It was that simple. These boys profitable, and they got AIP. And, on top of that, I remember when NVIDIA first announced the chips for ChatGPT. This was before they dropped AIP. I was like, wait, everybody talking about AI. Ain't that like the kind of business Palantir's been in for 20 years? You know, they didn't talk about it all the time, but anyone who really been researching Palantir know they're into like deep learning, artificial intelligence, all that type of stuff. It just wasn't their main business before, you know what I'm saying, ChatGPT came out. They were more about Foundry, Gotham, and Apollo. But you got to have a thesis for why you're doing what you're doing. So with all that information that I already knew from years of researching Palantir, I started off buying like $20 calls when it was like $11, $12 for a year out. Not one day out, not a month out, a year out. Now, I was completely right about that. So could I have brought the call date shorter and made way more money? Sure. But there's levels to risk in the stock market. You feel me? So we're going to go back to listening to my girl, man.
$14,000 trading options on Robinhood. So these short-dated options, the 0-day options, are really getting a lot of investors into so much trouble. One investor told me they were his downfall.
Those are relatively recent. My problem, Gunjan, was wasn't really a problem, but on option expiration days, when you are going to settle, if you're right around the strike price, you're just out of the money, you're just in the money, you can either buy or sell the options, and a lot of times by the end of the day, it settles outside of the money. So things that are going for a 16th can close at 3, something like that. And I mean, you can't believe the amount of money that you can make. But then a lot of times the pros are gaming that system a little bit, and they'll close you out of the money. And but with these, so now it's with these short dated options. How long have
he took the word out my mouth? When you playing them games, them close dated games, then you get to playing with who I like to call the dark lord, he who must not be named. He who like to get at you when you get in them hot stocks and you get the short squeezing people. Them people who like to, get that money, call them boys to dump them shares on you type of people. But all jokes aside, when you play with 0-day options, man, things get extremely risky, extremely fast. Even today, when y'all see my YOLO update for the day, I bought a 1-day put option because I'm still on put watch because of what happened at the Federal Reserve last week. I mean, when Jay Powell spoke last week. So I use 0-day options and 1-day options, but I use them for hedging purposes. So I want to hedge my portfolio for a day or two if the market tanks for real, and I want to make a lot of money if the market tanks for real, but I don't want to put a lot of money in it because I don't believe in the puts like that. That's what it's for, you feel me? Or like sometimes I don't go down to 0 day in 1 week, but y'all will see me do a $50 call option with like a month on it, 2 weeks on it, 3 weeks on it. You can do that. When you playing with them shorter dated options, the money you putting on them gotta go down. And I do understand that you can make crazy money fast when it go right, but the risk is you lose all your money when it go wrong. And then how you gonna keep rolling your money? How you gonna be like Steve from Printer Gang Investments? It's not gonna be fun. Like the Palantir calls, I wish I knew how to like screen record and stuff like that last year. You would have seen there was a time when Palantir had missed earnings because the guidance came in line. They beat everything, but the guidance came in line. They sold the stock off 20%. All my calls was getting spanked. I had some short dated options that I had on some YOLO shit, like a few $100. I think I had turned like $50 into $300, and I was gonna see if it could keep going for real. And they spanked it. It really went to like 0 for real. But that was okay because it was a small amount of money. I also had leaps at that time. In the worst case scenario of that whole situation, I think my leaps was down like 50%. I might have added to the leaps. And I just held it down because when you put time on your options, you actually got time for stuff to go wrong, you feel me? So when you playing with them zero dated options, everything got to be perfect. But let's continue.
I've seen that, and we've talked about them. How long have those been popular?
This is Wall Street's hot new trade. These really only took off the past 2 years. It's a relatively newfangled product that has reached new heights this year. When you look at the data, it's really quite shocking how much of the activity is taking place in these short dated options. For example, in NVIDIA and Tesla options, around half of all activity is taking place in trades that expire within just 5 days. And those are the trades that people are calling the crack cocaine of the stock market. They're really quite addictive because the gains and losses are just so quick. And what traders told me was that it always seems like the next jackpot is just one trade away.
And they're high beta stocks, so things like NVIDIA and the like. Is it like Las Vegas, all the nice buildings and resorts, they come from somewhere, don't they? It's not like all the people that go there necessarily have multi-million-dollar houses, but the companies end up there. Do most people lose at this? Gunjan, is anyone getting rich?
I mean, I think Wall Street is certainly getting rich off these products. And most individual investors I spoke with said that they were on the losing side of these trades. I heard some harrowing tales of 6 figures lost trading options, trading cryptocurrencies. Some people had lost it all. But there were also some really dire mental and emotional consequences. Some men told me that their marriages were on the verge of or had actually ended in divorce because of their trading. One man I quoted.
Come on, man. What y'all doing with y'all money out here, man? Y'all got to learn to do some research, man. The key to these markets, you got to do macro analysis first. Look at what's going on in the world. Look what's going on with politics. Look what's going on with technology. Look what's going on with the geopolitical situation. Look at everything. Then after you do that, go look at fundamentals. Go look at your companies that might benefit from what I just said. You feel me? Then go see if the companies is profitable or not. If the company profitable, you can put more money into it. If the company unprofitable, you put less money into it, and it better have a reason to move fast. And then after that, you hit them technicals. Then we get on that chart. Then we find an entry. Then we buy. That's how you do it, man. But what's going on out here, man, people just gambling for real. Like, that's why trading as a whole gets a bad name. Like, I don't know how many times since I started this channel, I've been called a day trader. I've been called a gambler constantly. And I don't even day trade. And I'm not even mad at them people for saying that because they don't understand the difference between day trading and swing trading. Like, the only time I really day trade is like the market crashes, you might see me day trade. You know what I'm saying? If a stock really get to ride, you might see me day trading. Yeah, extreme days. That's the only day you might really catch me day trading. Like, if it's an extreme day and I see like I could catch real quick, it's like an obvious type of day, I might do it. But day trading every day, it ain't for me. I'm not gonna say it's a loser's game because I done seen some traders run it up for real. But I say day trading on a daily basis is not for me, man. Like, I'm type of guy, I like to watch the chart for, the first hour of the day. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 hours of the day. Then I gotta go to work like everybody else, man. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie, even if I had a job, I don't know if I'm really finna sit here and watch this chart from 9:30 to 4 p.m. every day. And even if I was watching the chart from 9:30 to 4 p.m. every day, I wouldn't be trading from 9:30 to 4 p.m. every day. I'm trying to tell y'all, I got a partner right now. He works an extremely good job. I ain't gonna say what it is or what his name is, but my boy make like $180,000 a year. He make like probably, 70K plus base salary. Then he get commission on top of that. He be getting 60K deals, all types of shit. And he love trading 0-day options. That's all he do. He call me every day. Do you think the market up or down? I tell him, don't do it. I think it's going up, but I don't think you should do what you talking about doing. He do it every day. I have literally made thousands of percent in front of this man, like, on so many stocks over the years. And he'll just refuse to listen. I think he down $80,000 by now. Like, the only reason my boy is still good out here is because he has an extremely good job. You feel me? But the average person can't take them kind of hits. My dog lost 10K last week. He closed the deal at his job, got the 8K back, which saved him, but don't do it, people. Like, and if you do really want to learn the day trade, you're going to have to go deep, bro. You're going to have to go even deeper than I did. I learned enough day trading to do what I do. I learned enough day trading to get good with my swing trades and be able to read that chart and do what I need to do if I need to do it. But, like, you know, my personal recommendation, if you need learn a day trade, you need to go over there to ICT school. You know what I'm saying? You need to go link up with Casper SMC, one of them people like that. Just go find a trader that's doing it live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Watch what they doing. See if they winning or losing in real life and learn from them. You feel me? And then go dig deep into them teachers. What I'm saying, the stuff it'll really take to learn the day trade for real, you're going to have to, like, make that your life. You're going to have to master that for real. Like, from what I've seen, knowing traders and what I know, it's going to get real. And as far as 0-day options concerned, that's a whole nother risk on top of it. Because if the thing expire, if it don't hit your strike price by the end of the day, it's going to zero. And don't get it twisted. I come from Wall Street bets. So I have seen some traders run it up doing that. You got people go from $1,000 to $100,000 in a month. Folks that be done went from 3K to 80K in a week. Like, I done seen some crazy things, like, in my career as a trader. But when it comes to those kind of options, like, if I got the spare money to lose, it's like the scratch off ticket of the market. Like, you know, I always got $50 to try something. You know what I'm saying? $30, $60, $80. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really balling, we might go $100, $200. But all that putting significant portions of your portfolio on short dated options, you ain't gonna do nothing but blow your money up. When we got a downturn, you ain't gonna be able to wait it out. Like right now, if we have a downturn, I don't want us to have a downturn because, you know, I want to keep getting money. But let's say they have a downturn and I miss it. I don't catch on the puts. I just get caught off guard. Bro, I'm in a bunch of 12-month calls and 6-month calls. If it get real, I take the L on the 6-month calls and roll them out to 12-month calls and wait. That's what I did last time when we got it in line and they tanked the stock anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Tell me what y'all think of this reaction video. We're going to be doing more reaction videos. We're going to be giving y'all more content. It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all next video.